Right now, somewhere in the African savannah, a lion is within 500 meters of a sleeping human. It sniffs the air. It looks directly at them. And then it walks away, not because it isn't hungry, not because it didn't notice. It noticed. It chose to leave. For 300,000 years, your ancestors slept on bare ground. No walls, no tent, no alarm, just them, the dark, and every predator evolution ever built. And somehow, every single morning, they woke up. That is not luck, and the answer isn't simple. It's never simple. There are four layered explanations, each one more disturbing than the one before. And by the end of this video, you will never think about sleeping the same way again. Let's start with something uncomfortable. You smell like a warning. While you sleep, your body doesn't rest, it works. Cortisol spikes. Adrenaline metabolites released through your skin. Your sebaceous glands push chemical compounds through your pores all night. And every predator within range is reading that signal in real time. In 2017, researchers at the Landmark Foundation in South Africa placed recordings of human voices near watering holes places lions and leopards had visited safely for years. Within seconds, 95% of them fled. Not slowly backed away, fled. Heart rates spiked. Some abandoned fresh kills, just a voice. Not a spear. Not a fire. A voice. Your body's chemical profile evolved over hundreds of thousands of years to broadcast one message. I am not prey. The compounds your skin releases overlap with the scent signatures of apex predators, animals that hunt in coordinated groups, animals that carry weapons, animals that fight back even when cornered. To a predator's nose, a sleeping human doesn't smell like an easy meal. It smells like a decision that could go very wrong. The disturbing part, you didn't develop this on purpose. The humans who smelled more like prey, they didn't survive long enough to become your ancestors. But scent alone doesn't explain everything, because some predators walk straight through a human scent trail and still approach. Something else stopped them. Something that started with a fire and took 100,000 years to complete. Most people think fire kept predators away because it's hot and bright. That's the smallest part of the truth. The real reason fire matters is what happened. Every single time a predator ignored it, it died, for at least 100,000 years, possibly longer. Ancient humans kept fires burning at night. And for 400,000 years, every predator bold enough to enter a firelit camp met spears, coordinated screaming, thrown rocks, and humans who did not run. Those predators were killed or badly injured. The cautious ones, the ones that smelled smoke and turned around, survived. Their cautious offspring survived. Their offspring's offspring survived. A 2021 study in the Proceedings of the Royal Society be found that large carnivores in regions with long human presence showed measurably stronger stress responses to human indicators, fire, voice, scenting carnivores in areas with little human contact. This is not training. This is genetics. Here's what that means. Ancient humans didn't just scare predators away with fire. Over thousands of generations, they removed boldness from predator populations entirely. The ones willing to approach humans kept dying. The fearful ones kept living. And fear, when it survives long enough, becomes instinct. Your campfire tonight isn't what's keeping lions away. Your ancestors' campfires rewrote what lions are afraid of at the genetic level. But here's what this still doesn't explain. What about predators that never encountered humans? The ones with no genetic memory of fire? Why do even they hesitate? Because the math is never in their favor. Picture this. You are a 180-kilogram lion. You haven't eaten for days. You can smell something sleeping 30 meters away. Do you attack? Every predator that survives long enough to reproduce becomes a risk analyst. In the wild, an injury isn't an inconvenience, it's a death sentence. A torn muscle means you can't hunt. A broken jaw means you can't eat. A punctured eye means something else hunts you. Predators do not take unknown risks unless the reward is completely certain. And this is where humans break every calculation. Most prey animals have a recognizable response: freeze, flee, or fight in a predictable pattern. Ancient humans had none of that. A sleeping human might wake up screaming, might be carrying a tool that goes through your throat before you register movement, might have 12 others nearby you didn't see. The outcome of attacking a human was genuinely unknown, and in the wild, unknown equals dangerous. Research from the Journal of Human Evolution documents that early humans were responsible for a disproportionate number of large carnivore deaths relative to their body size. Pound for pound, ancient humans killed more predators than almost any other species on Earth. Predators evolved to recognize this record. Even without a genetic memory of fire, the math still says one wrong move near a human, and you might not walk away. So they don't attack. But this still isn't the darkest explanation. The last layer is the one nobody talks about, because it means your ancestors didn't just survive the predators, they hunted them. For 300,000 years, ancient humans didn't only defend their camps when attacked. They went after the predators that came too close, and they did it systematically. Any lion that entered camp got killed. Any leopard bold enough to track a human trail was followed, cornered, and eliminated. Not primarily for food, for safety. For the next night, and the night after that. What this created, over hundreds of thousands of years, was a deliberate selection program. The bold predators, the ones willing to approach, willing to test what a human camp actually was, were removed from the gene pool again and again. The survivors were the cautious ones. And caution, repeated across enough generations, stops being a personality trait. It becomes biology. A 2013 study from Mozambique's Gorongosa National Park documented this in real time. When hunting pressure dropped inside the reserve and humans became less present, large predators in the area showed measurably reduced fear of humans within just generations. Not gone, but softer, less automatic. The programming was still there, but it was fading. That data point means one thing: the fear predators carried today was installed by humans. Who came before you? Your ancestors didn't just outlast the predators. They ran a 300-year program to make sure every predator alive today carries a warning about what happens when you get too close to a sleeping human. 4 layers. Your chemical profile reads as dangerous. Fire genetics rewired predator caution across thousands of generations. The risk math never favors an unknown target. And for 300,000 years, the boldest predators were systematically removed from the population. Here's what most people believe: predators leave humans alone because we're naturally protected, somehow small, soft, no claws, no fangs, basically helpless. The truth is the exact opposite. There is nothing natural about this protection. It was built deliberately over hundreds of thousands of years of your ancestors being so consistently, relentlessly dangerous that the fear of the human body is now written into predator DNA. Tonight, when you close your eyes, you are sleeping under the protection of every human who made it impossible for a predator to see your species as prey. You didn't earn that. You inherited it from people who gave everything to make sure you never had to think about it. Your ancestors didn't just survive. They redesigned the world around them so that you can sleep through the night without once thinking about what's outside, coming next. Ancient humans did something just as calculated with their food, a system so effective that modern science only figured out how it worked in the last 30 years. Subscribe so you don't miss it. One question: which of the 4 layers surprised you most? The scent, the fire genetics, the math, or the hunting? Drop it below.